Hello, y'all, and welcome to day 101 of Trial by Attrition. A few things are going to change, which is why you heard me stutter on the from now on. But basically, a few things will happen. I forget the words I was going to use. They were a pair I wanted to use, but I just wholly forgot them. So let's just go into the changes. First up, we're going to start using both pages of a sheet. Before, we were just using the quote-unquote front side of a piece of paper for each entry. I did this on purpose, at least for the first 100 entries. I just wanted to keep each entry separate. And if there are some things on the backs of the entries, but those I will keep hidden. At least for now. In the meantime, we'll start using both sides of a sheet as one thing. We're going to start truncating and shorthanding things such as abbreviations. Just common abbreviations conventions that people use. Of course, I would like to keep it a little bit on the formal side, but I think we have graduated to the point where it's okay to not have to write out every single letter, because I guess in terms of that, we always can resort to the alphabet detention. These will also, I think, obviously there's the journaling aspect of these entries. As you can see, I'm no longer writing trial by attrition, or no longer prepending it before the day and the number, which will, I think, hold for a little while, but we'll see. And then, yeah, I'm trying to think. Is there any, I feel like there were things I wanted to say. Oh, right, these first few entries, there will need to be some semblance of brainstorm going on for a long form. Because I do want to make one of those, even if I don't really have the time for it. I have basically just ate dinner, and I'm doing this during my break time. To try and overlap stuff, even though I don't think it's ideal to be doing it. It's just, I sleep too long, and I don't get enough of what I need to get done, so I just need to start overlapping obscenely, so. Basically, I'm unsure when a real break will come along. I will say, writing... The warm-up effect is kind of existent. But today's writing does feel a little bit better, probably because I'm writing earlier, because I mean, I did mention I just returned from dinner, so it's actually pretty early for me. Earlier than most entries, actually. Yapping a lot, writing a little bit, taking up a lot of time. But today I'm okay with it. I might also try and post some external learning here as a method of retention. So I'll probably do that for Morse right now. And then I'll try to list down some vocabulary words I kind of want into my system. And then we'll probably call it a day there. I don't even need to do that, honestly. There we go. This also doubles as a little bit of letter practice, or at least letter showcase, to prove that I still have a long ways to go. Even if there is progress of some sort. This has as the dashes have an added benefit of being horizontal line practice. And with this new knowledge in mind, I might actually be practicing Morse code every day, honestly. Because, as it turns out, there might actually be a lot of utility to practicing it, which is kind of cool. Oh, and I've just been reminded of another reason why I didn't write on multiple sides of the page. Since I write with a pencil, there's graphite. Graphite smears immensely whenever I write on both sides of a sheet, so I kind of was trying to avoid that. But there's probably ways to forego the process or forego the risk of that. I think probably just a simple blank page buffer suffices to do the trick. So I'll just start doing that probably. If I haven't, I might have engaged in that practice at the beginning of trial by attrition, this trial by attrition, but I haven't really done it since. I'll probably also do a quick session on how I remember the letters. That's a horrific U. I'm also laboring under the assumption that these are correct. This is going off the International Morse alphabet. And I haven't looked at it since when I first decided I want to try and learn this as a curiosity. Another thing I should learn is the NATO alphabet. Just because I feel like that might have some usefulness / relevance in the future. But anyways, after the end of all that yap, I have finally finished writing out the letters. Now, there are some issue letters that I just want to write out on their own. Some of them might just be from inexperience or warm-up. But I still think I should go over them very briefly, just to be sure I don't inadvertently instill bad habits that will take days, months, or even worse, years to get rid of. Not that they necessarily infringe on legibility, but I would just prefer a certain threshold of cleanliness to the letters that I don't want to sacrifice through silly negligence, even if I might be engaging in such said negligence now. Just doing the best I can. A lot of letters I was expecting to pose issues actually ended up not. And then others I've typically been comfortable with have just suddenly started whining and spouting grievances against me. It's kind of funny, ironic, very much annoying, but I don't concentrate on that. I concentrate on the fact that it being annoying means I need to fix it, but I don't let that annoyance last. Not worth my time. What little time I have. I'll be annoyed about other things. That's why I rant about them sometimes. Anyways. Okay, we're in a groove. Let's continue it for a couple more, because I like the way these G's are being written. Nice. I really like these G's. They're not perfect, but the corrections needed for them are minimal, especially compared to what they were before I started correcting them, so I'm actually really happy. Beautiful. Next. M was always a trouble letter. In the same vein as V, to be honest. Because it's really the middle that gives me the most grievance. Gives me the most pain, labor. But you know, that's why I call it an attrition. Because if I were at it for long enough, with enough attention and focus and discipline, I'll get it somewhat closer in the end. Finicky festivities. Sorry, the pair of words I was looking for included festivity as a word and was an alliteration. I just don't remember the other word that began with the letter F. So I'm a little preoccupied with that for no good reason, just preoccupied with it. And then after this, I think it's U and X. I'm not in the mood to work on Y, the letter Y. Don't think it's terribly important that I do at this moment. Because I am doing this now so that I have free reign on the homework I need to start. One of them's due Sunday, one of them's due Wednesday, but classes happen today for which the material of the content of the lectures is probably going to be part of the homework, so I want to start it now so that I get the immediate refresher of the content. And also don't need to cram beforehand. Like, I don't expect it to go completely stellar because I am kind of dumb, but I think it's just worth it to start it now. Okay, the letter U. P-U. And of course the camera's out of focus. But that's okay. I don't think I need to be terribly concerned with recording right now. Like, it is a concern that I have. It's just small change compared to the current issues, current obstacles I face. Like, I'll definitely get to it very soon, like now, but it's not really too much of a concern. Now the letter X. It's a bit of a beast, but I'm fairly confident we can make some work of it. The biggest challenge is just straight lines. Usually there's wobble. Obviously a higher speed would help disguise the issue, but not solve the issue. You don't find your weak points by going so fast that you can't see them. Tragic though it is, it's not how the world, how it is willed that it works for us. You know what? I'm in the mood. I will take care of the letter Y. Not too many times, but enough. All right. Very long, very little volume, but that's okay. I will call it here. Thank you all. See you next time.